we were talking about obviously love and relationships, and something that's quite topical at the moment is it's been I'm a Celeb. So
there's always love going on in there.
There's always love going on.
Shall we say?
Well, this is what we want to get to.
And the thing is, the one person actually that I think I always remember is obviously Katie Price and Peter Andre when they got together.
Every time.
But we was looking at this, and there's been loads of relationships that have actually blossomed, shall I say?
I was really shocked at this. So
give us a rundown.
Yeah, whenever you think of like Love in the Jungle, it is Katie Price and Peter Andre. They were a big love affair. We all watched it unfold on TV. But then as I went through sort of the list of people that had fallen in love in the jungle, the next one was Mark Bannerman, who was in EastEnders.
That's right, yeah.
And Cerys Matthews from Catatonia.
There's also Mark Wright. I'm sure he had
all over the front page, you give me road. That's what she sang.
I was just going to try and join in there, but I can't do the accent or the singing, so we'll just leave it.
Yes.
Mark Wright had...
Mark Wright. He had a relationship or situationship.
Was it with a model or something?
Yes, a model. Emily Scott.
Yeah.
Essex finest, Joey Essex.
Yeah.
What are you saying? And Amy Willerton. Another Towie star. There's a lot of people from Essex in here, Liz.
I know. Do you know what? I'm sure there was one from, was it Chelsea? Maybe Chelsea.
There's a couple from Chelsea.
Oh, is there?
So we've
just
got...
Towie in... I can't actually see that, though. Made in Chelsea and Towie.
Made in Essex. The only way to Chelsea.
So there's a little ring, I suppose. Yeah.
Fern McCann and George Shelley. He was in the boy band Union J.
Right.
Georgia Toffolo, Toff, from Made in Chelsea. And Jack Maynard. Mm-hmm. And this one blew my mind because I just can't imagine it. I actually think I need to go back and watch this series just to see it. Spencer Matthews, very posh, well-spoken, Made in Chelsea.
This is the one that I'm thinking of. I'm sure it was with the Geordie lass.
Vicky Patterson.
Yeah, oh my God.
Who I love.
I love her as well. I just can't see them both together though. And I definitely didn't watch that episode. So yeah.
I love them both individually. I cannot see them as a couple.
Well, they didn't last, babe.
Well, clearly not, no. But I almost want to go back and watch that.
I know. We're going to do that.
We should do that.
It on the next one.
Yeah, let's do
what we thought.
PJ's Wine and reruns of I'm a Celeb because we're really busy and important people. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is kind of coming on from the love in the jungle is like love in the real world now. Is it even a thing or are we...
Dating apps.
Dating apps.
Do you know what? Actually, I was just going back just to rewind there a little bit. Talking about being in the jungle. Now, why did these people get together? Was it boredom? Obviously, was it for the actual TVs? I mean, you just think like no one had actually washed in there, had they? Stinking. But then I think maybe like those intimate chats when you haven't got phones around and then you've got time to actually really get to know somebody around a campfire or were they just starved of food and they just wanted something else to fill their appetite? I'll munch on that. X-rated.
No, I think you're right, actually. I think... like technology is a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I actually met my partner, Ash, who you know, on Tinder.
Oh, okay.
9 years ago.
It's still going strong.
Well, it's still going. We always say we're going to have to get a better story because people go, and how did you meet? And we're like, on Tinder. But being in the jungle, there's nothing, right? There's no distractions, there's no TV, there's no filters, there's no makeup. It's you.
But
really
I really love seeing the women in there. I mean, you had that iconic clip of Mylene Clark looking gorgeous in the shower, but then you see some of the other women that maybe are not as slim but you see the real beauty of how they come across.
I agree,
and I think that's what's really important. The relation. I don't know what's going on with me. Is it cold in this studio? Or am I just getting goosebumps?
I don't know. I'm in menopause. I'm never cold.
But or whether I'm just kind of feeling what we're talking about. But it's but you see these relationships really blossom.
Yeah.
And I think again it is down to really just eye connection, not having a lot to do, so you really take the time to actually find out who that person is.
Do you think they would have struck up the same sort of relationships if they'd met on the outside? Or do you think it's like the situation?
Well, no, because they're probably only meet.
It's a location situation.
I like that. But I think it maybe some of these celebrities, they only meet at kind of celebrity events or if they're working together. So who knows? Who knows? It might be something that we could delve into another time, I think. But we're talking about on the outside world and about love these days and about how people meet.
Well, when we were growing up, you met people out.
Do you know what? I think the whole vibe, like my daughter's like 19. And
I know it's hard to believe, right?
I know. Still only 21. But yeah, it's like when she talks about, I suppose, going out, people aren't as friendly. There's none of that conversation. I suppose if you go out and you're in a bar, it's not like it used to be. I know that's an old cliche. Everyone says, oh, it's not how it used to be. But it really isn't, in the sense of being outspoken with people and actually throwing a smile across the room or doing whatever. It's like, I think the world's got a little bit warped that you're just quite,
I agree.
cautious of like who you're speaking to and all the rest of it.
I think you're right, because I think years ago, if we were out at Charlie Chan's or the country club or wherever, guys would come up and say, can I get you a drink? And you'd have a bit of banter. Now I feel like guys are nervous to do that. Yeah, because we're like, why are you talking to me? Why are you even in my space? Or
they want something in return, which is not really the...
But then, would you, if you were in that nightclub and somebody swiped right, is it swipe right? Swipe right on you. And
like you don't know.
It's been a long time since I swiped. If the match came up on your phone and you accepted it, I think people would be much more inclined to have that conversation on the phone than actually face to face, even if you were in the same place at the same time.
That's the thing.
Which is mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. So that's,
I don't know.
So for all the singletons out there, the only way, obviously you can meet organically, and where, whether it's a workspace or you're kind of out with friends or whatever, but there does seem to be a lot of love blossoming and kind of connecting through these dating apps. So
I agree. But again, how much of what you're seeing is real or is done for the gram, or it's done for, it's done in a million filters. I mean, let's be honest, there are filters now, and I saw this on TikTok the other day. There's this bold filter. Well, it's like, look at what you could have won. It's just like, this is what I would look like if I was rich.
Yeah. Because they actually not only do all your makeup, they put accessories on you.
And honest to God.
So basically, you just get out of bed, don't even leave the house,
and you
just get all your makeup done for you via an app.
But it's a video, and
it's actually a video.
Yeah, so you could make a video and send it to someone with this filter on. And then if they met me in real life, they'd think they'd been catfished.
See, I always thought you could only do the filters on actual pictures. You can do it on video now. Oh, where's this going to end?
Well, AI, right?
Yeah.
So now you can't even be sure that who you're talking to is who you're talking to, because AI has the power to, and this is a whole subject we should probably talk about on another episode. But AI can generate a new voice. It can generate, it's wild what.
But you know what? I think that's a real disconnection to who you are, because not only are you not really showing people what your true beauty is and how you look and how you walk, how you, all that, and your skills about how you do your makeup and all the rest of it. But I think having those imperfections, like whether, slightly crooked teeth or something, they're also a real attribute and an attractive quality about somebody. You take all of that away and your voice and what you're about, then it's like you're creating a new identity. And I think this could really affect a lot of people mentally as well.
I agree.
You think because people then are too scared to actually enter the real world or to speak to people.
And where are you going with it?
Where are you going with it?
Where are you going with it? Because at some point,
you have to meet that person.
You want to meet in real life, right? Or are you just going to have a virtual relationship? So, yeah.
That's not much fun, is it? No. We'll move on.
But yeah, I think that's definitely something we can delve into. So again, let us know, guys. Have you ever been catfished? Have you ever walked in and I remember saying, actually, I just reminded me, I remember saying to Ashley, do I look like my pictures?
Yeah, I think that'd be a common one, wouldn't it?
Do I look like my pictures? And he went,
because I'm not being funny. If you met a guy that turns up, he looked nothing like his pictures. I mean, there's got to be kind of, I would initially think you have no sense of reality. Not like, oh my God, you're not as handsome or as, as trendy, but you have no sense of reality, which is actually red flag warning.
And also, I think it shows that they've got no
insecurity,
confidence. You've got no self-confidence.
Exactly.
And we all know that confidence is really, really attractive, isn't it?
Oh, it's the most attractive thing, I think. Just knowing who you are as a person. Listen, we've all got some lumps and bumps here, there and everywhere. Or, maybe a bigger nose.
I find new ones daily, I swear.
So that's what I mean. It's kind of, but you just got to, I think the first thing is love yourself.
No, it is true. It really is true.
Somebody can love you. But let's move on, because we could talk all day, Mel, clearly. So we're going to talking about meeting your soulmate and the rumpology, which we're going to be speaking to our wonderful guest who's coming up. So Laura Wells is going to be speaking to her. And also there's a mad thing that's that you can actually draw your soulmate.
What?
So yeah, it's
draw your soulmate.
So,
what do you mean?
So you can actually go, I think there's something on Etsy that you can actually draw your soulmate. So again, what we're going to be talking to Laura about, she can actually clarify this a lot more for us. But you can draw what you, or how they would match you up. So you'd speak to somebody and how they see you being set up with a particular look of somebody.
They predict what your soulmate would look like.
I had actually did have a look on one of them, research, and there was a lady that was talking about it, and she had a perfect soulmate, like a picture of him, and then ever since she's just been looking for that particular man. I don't know if that's a curse or
I don't know. Yeah,
no,
you might end up just like blowing off people that are
actually
potentially could be really good for you, because you're like, nope, you don't look like that guy on that picture that was drawn.
That's the thing. How much do we believe in it all?
Or how much do we want to believe in it?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think maybe, it's slight denial about the real person that's out there for you. And then, because or then maybe you're lost in love a little bit. You're like, I haven't had much luck here. Let me try something different.
I don't know if you believe this, but I do believe there is someone out there for everyone. I really do.
I think also, I 100% do. But I also think if you're not meeting the right person at that particular time, you have to change what your expectations are. Maybe make them higher, maybe make them lower.
Yeah.
There's a kind of like, there's a lot of people out there that set off from start like with really low self-esteem, but they're actually worth a lot more in the sense of what they're looking for. But then they actually almost sabotage what's coming.
I think you need to change it up a bit. So I think it was Einstein that said madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
That's exactly.
If you date bad guys and you keep getting hurt, change it up.
Exactly. And it goes like in love, work, relationships, future expectations. If something's not going right, change it up.
Change it up.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Change it up.
Change it up.